Hello people, my name is Fortune Chimobi Ihunweze, reaching you from the platform of relationship mentorship. Today I want to talk about something I titled the love deceit. Because so many people have found themselves involved in relationship that were founded on deceit and nothing else. As I take off this morning, I want to tell a story, a real life story, even though I'm not using the real name of the people involved. It's a story of somebody I will call Eloho. A lady. Eloho, on her way to work one early morning, met Charles, who was already waiting for taxi at the bus stop. Standing close to Charles, she felt a flow of emotional charges all over her. Why? Because Charles fits her dream man. He was charming, tall, and nicely dressed. When she drew closer and perceived his jasmine-flavored perfume, she fell in love with him right away. Charles, of course, being a very sensitive man, sensing that Eloho had been looking at him transfixed, decided to give her the bet. And she swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. He smiled at her, asked for her name, and requested for an opportunity to meet with her later. They agreed to have a lunch together later in the day. Without proper knowledge of Charles, Eloho got married to him few months later, only to discover that behind this guy's veil of good looks and charms is a load of unpardonable character flaws. Her charming husband turned out to be a womanizer, a heavy drinker, wife beater, and irresponsible to his family obligations. Initially, she tried to endure her troubled marriage. She had to endure the emotional hurts and physical abuses, but when it became unbearable, she went for divorce. Afterward, she often reminiscences on how erroneously she had judged and married Charles just because he looked nice, just because he dressed nice. She wished she could turn back the hand of time to the very day she first met him, but there was nothing she could do. The failed marriage left a big emotional and psychological scar on her life that she swore never to have anything to do with men again. She became so scared of marriage. Why? Because of a singular judgment that led her into a deceitful relationship. Beloved, I have discovered that so many people who fall in love for the very, very wrong reason. A number of people who get married are often trapped or enticed into the marriage by sight, by the things they see. The lady in our story this morning, Eloho, fell in love with Charles because of his good physique, his cologne, and his dress sense. She cared less about his character, just like many singles today. They often make awful relationship choices that haunt them later. A lady meets a man and instantly falls in love with him because of the way he dressed or talked. She becomes frenzied because of his polished accent. She sees his good car and wow, this is the right man for me thought takes over her. She becomes lured and deceived by the externalities of the man, which are not enough to form firm foundation that love and relationship needs to succeed. You see her almost throwing herself at the young man, seeking to get noticed, even when he has not spoken a word to her. She keeps fantasizing how wonderful getting married to this cute guy would be. Walking side by side with this Mr. Charming without character is all she wants for the rest of her life. These thoughts, unfortunately, leads the lady to fall for the least effort the guy makes to woo her. She convinces herself that she is really in love and enters a relationship based on the deceiving, observed external qualities, a decision she will regret later. Shortly after, she begins to observe that this man is not the kind of man she wants. He doesn't have what she really needs. His sweet car, fashionable clothes, or house cannot satisfy her desire for affection, good character, intimacy, and true friendship in the relationship. She discovers that her Mr. Charming has so much character flaws and lacks virtues to make for a lasting relationship. She gets frustrated and calls the relationship quit. Then, without changing her template for evaluating what she wants in a man, she gets involved with another man. After a while in her new relationship, she gets similar experience, and the next complaint you hear would be, "I am tired of men. They are all the same. All they want is to use and dump you." Dear sister, truth is, because you are attracted by the wrong things in men, you get into the wrong relationships. You attract the wrong sort of men because you go for the wrong traits in men. All men are not the same, my dear. It is not all men that are women users or women abusers. All men are not unloving and uncaring. There are numerous good and caring single men out there. But the truth is that you got what you asked for because you were looking in the wrong direction for the right man. Added to this is the fact that you can only be used and dumped if you make yourself available to be used and dumped. Men have similar trappings like the ladies. A man sees a very beautiful lady and immediately his brain pronounces her as the best angel God ever created. He wants to get her right away. He hangs around her, luring her with sweet words and gifts for a relationship. She accepts, and not long afterward, he discovers that her physical beauty cannot in any way make up for her lack of character and attitude. She hardly respects him or anyone else. She has no plan for her future. He discovers that all she wants is to attach herself to a man who would solve all her problems. She has no interest in adding value to his life or make any meaningful contribution to the relationship. Furthermore, he gets to know that all the relationships she claimed are platonic are not really so. She's always spending her evenings out with different men. He gets frustrated and quits the relationship. Then he repeats the same mistake with another lady and another and another. After trying and testing a good number of women, he gets married to one timid young lady who is his junior, only to discover sooner than later that she is a total mismatch for him. He grudgingly lives on in a marriage, wishing he can get out as soon as possible. You find such men coming up with every excuse to escape from their home. They spend extra hours after work hanging out with friends, only to come home late with that crucial office meeting after work excuse. They would rather go out alone or with other friends than with their wives. This happens most times because people have allowed themselves to be moved and deceived by sight. Men who are trapped in such worthless pre-marriage relationships won't leave even when they discover that this fellow lacks character, because they don't want to lose the most beautiful lady or cutest guy in town. Many are in relationships where they are abused or used like mere toys and will rather remain there than lose the angel of their lives. Don't allow your eyes deceive you anymore. You were created with common sense, which, if used properly, will tell you when you are in the wrong relationship. Begin to use your common sense now. Thank you for listening. We'll continue in this series in the next broadcast. Once more, my name is Fortune Chimobi Ihunweze from the platform of Relationship Mentorship. Thank you.